Hello, this is part 3 of the CO2 laser setup. I'm going to go over some items that are critical to your machine if you want to extend the life and make sure that it keeps running for you for a long time. On the previous video, what we did is we created a little shelf down in the bottom rack. I put a board across, that way we can store stuff. It's going to hold my water tank. My little air compressor is going to be in there, or the air pump. It's going to be down there. I showed on the previous video, this is the supposedly water tank or water container that they provided for me, which I didn't care for. There's no lid, and plus it would take up more space that I'm real limited with. So what I did is I went to Walmart, bought this bin. It's a 26.5 by 16 by 6 5/8 tall, and I've already pre-drilled my hose there. That will be going down here with the water out, water in, or vice versa. These are the items we're going to be working with today and putting them to use. I've got the air pump, I've got the water pump, an extra item that I created. It's basically a visual, you can see whether your water is flowing or not. The various fittings that we're going to be using, Teflon tape. We're going to change the water pump, or it comes with a flow control, which I don't like. I'm going to be putting this screen on it, and you basically have to take this apart to do that. And what else? I 3D printed a little bracket here, and what this is going to be for is, because my water tank is down there, we're going to mount this somewhere here. And what I did is I went to PetSmart and I bought an aquarium thermostat. So what we'll have is, this will turn around, and let's say it's facing towards the front. I've got some heavy duty double-sided tape, but the sensor will be in the water, and I can basically see what the temperature is before starting and see if the water gets too hot as it's circulating through the CO2 laser. But okay, well, let's get going and see. We'll put this together real quick. I pretty much pre-drilled all my hose already. This is a piece of flat bar aluminum. It's like 1/8 thick by 1.25 inches wide, and I cut it down. I've already spray painted it black to match the laser machine, and that is going to be the mount for this item. And I'm going to put ends on both, basically caps, end caps. And what that's going to do is we're going to be able to see the water going through here and into the CO2 laser, so we can verify that the water is running and keeping it cool. So okay, well, let's get started, and here we go. So we're going to start off with the tank. Take off the lid, and we're going to start off with these connectors. Okay, this connector will go in here. One. There goes the other. tape, wrap the threads on the inside. Prevent any kind of leaks. We don't want water leaking out, so just put some Teflon tape. Okay, and then we get the female portion. And that female portion will thread into this one. I'm going to use the pliers so that we can screw them both down. Snug, doesn't have to be super tight. There's really not that much water pressure on there. Okay, a little bit more Teflon tape. This will be for the other one. I'm using roughly about 6 inches. We'll use the other female. Again, we get the pliers, snug everything a bit. It's nice and snug. So you can see there, one will be in, one will be out. The other one's just going to be shooting out. One will be putting water out to the unit. So that basically takes care of this. On the water pump, I don't really need that because I'm not going to stand it up right because the stem sticks up. I'm going to lay it down on its side, but I don't want this to accidentally close and then there's no water pressure going into the CO2. So I'm going to take off the little feet. I'm going to take that little regulator off. The way you go about that, you kind of get your fingernails, pull, and on snaps, kind of wiggle. That allows the feet to come forward. Then what you do is once you've done that, you're looking on the inside, and there's a little thing where you can snap the front screen and you can snap the other one in its place. So now, there you go. You got your screen, you've slid off the feet, and you snap it in its place. Now I can lay that on its side and it sucks up water. Okay, so that basically takes care of the water pump. That will sit somewhere in there. Actually, it doesn't take care of the water pump. This is the stem that I was talking about. That threads into the top. You get it kind of snug. Once that is snug, this is where it's going to actually pump the water out. This is where it's going to siphon the water in. There's a little item here that goes with it that just kind of slides in. Purpose of that little hose, don't know. All I know is when you turn it, it keeps air from going through. So anyways, this is where the hose is going to connect to. So we're going to do is go ahead and get this taken care of. We'll get some hose here. And we're going to go from roughly about 16 inches. Get some scissors. Okay. Save that. I'm going to slide it in. Trying to make sure that the end is straight. And what I'm doing is sliding it into the pump now. Okay, so you can see. Okay, I've got onto there, and it's on the pump right there. So this portion is ready to go. I'm just going to leave the cord hanging out from the side. Okay. Now I've got a little thing that I made. Once I start filling it with water, it'll hold it up pretty much the same height. Right there. I don't know how much water it's actually going to take, but what I bought was 6 gallons. On the manual it says use boiled water, which basically boiled water is distilled water. So there we go. So once we're ready for that, we'll put it in. But the next item we're going to work on is the visual item. No longer need this, no longer need the feet. Put that over off the side. Okay, now what we're going to mount is the holder. Like I said, I've already pretty much pre-drilled everything. It's just a matter of mounting everything back together. Where I kind of drill to, I'll show you here. There's some kind of little access door. I guess if you were to ever want to get a longer and stronger CO2 laser tube, you would just pull that cover off and then add an extension to it for a more powerful laser. Snug. Okay, this is a electrician's pipe clamp. I think they're known as mineral abstracts. Got a 1/4 inch nut, or actually 1/4 inch bolt with a washer. Put the washer on the back side. with its nut. Snug it up. Okay, nice and snug. Time for the next one. Washer. Nuts. Okay. Now, just to give you an idea of what I'm talking about, this will be in there. So there'll be a cap on top, cap on the bottom, like so. I'm going to have a 90-degree item here with its water feed coming in. You'll see the stream of water going through and then into the CO2 laser. So when you turn on the machine, you'll run the laser once you see the water running. Kind of a visual safety. But, okay, let's put this together. What I'm going to do first is glue the items together. Okay. I'm using PVC glue. Once I'm done with the PVC glue, what I'll do is I'll use, and actually after I'm done with the PVC glue, I'll be using hot glue around the edge as well, kind of like a double protection. But I want to go ahead and put the brass fittings on first. So we'll get some Teflon again, wrap it on here. I don't think it really needs it because they're nice and snug, but I'm not a plumber, and I'm just going to play it safe. Teflon on the other one. Ready. I'm going to do the bottom part. That's already caught. Okay, Teflon. We'll go to the bottom. good. Okay, now we'll do the same thing with this one. We'll put some PVC glue. Give it a second, let it sit. Close this up. We'll finish with PVC glue. Okay, we'll get the hot glue now. See if we're in focus. Looks like we are. Okay, so now I'm going to put a bead all the way around just to prevent it from leaking. Hopefully don't melt anything. There we go. All right, here we go. What I'm working on right now is actually the bottom part, so if it's going to leak, it'll be leaking from here. So, and hopefully it won't leak. Okay, looks good there. Let's do the top side. I saw in the manual it said something about a water sensor, but I don't know how it would notify you unless it's going to show you on the display that either low on water or not any water circulating. So I was kind of thinking what would be the best way just for a visual effect to see, instead of just looking down and see where the water level's at. And I basically thought of a water fountain and the stream. Well, if you contain it, you won't get any kind of evaporation. So let's see how this works. Hopefully the pump has enough force to push the water all the way up, and then the rest of it's going to be gravity taking place and it'll go into the CO2. Just smoothing this out. Okay, looks like we're good. Take off these little wild crazy hairs. Okay, so the 90 degrees is going to be on top. We can actually bend these out a little bit. There we go. Squeeze down. should be good enough for this without going anywhere. Okay, so we're good there. Kind of facing the way I want. It's a short hose. Let's kind of simulate. Okay. This is the supply water. And that should be good. And then once it's there, there'll be some slack. So it's going to go from the pump to the top. So I can see the water coming in. Then the short hose go from here into the CO2 laser, and that says water inlet. Let's cut this off straight. Okay. And we just kind of water inlet. Okay, there we go. Then all we need is a short piece. And we want to save some hose for our air. So actually we're going to have just enough. Okay, so this is good here, there, there. Okay, so let's say we pull this out. I want enough to go like so. And is that going to be enough? So there. Okay. Okay, looks all good. Okay, from the pump up to the top, we have a window looking at the water go in, goes into the machine, comes back out and just sprays into the water tank. This deal. Okay. Then this will go from the air pump. Put some Teflon on this. I don't know if this actually needs it because it's air, but we want to keep all the air that we can. And this air pump, actually what it does, it goes into the machine, and where the laser is burning, it pumps air straight down, kind of to get rid of any smoke. So, get that a little snug. Okay, we're good there. So that's ready. I guess we're ready to start putting water into the tank. So let's move this back a little bit so we can see what's going on. Disconnect that. That's the return water. Okay. Just making sure we're recording. Okay, first gallon. also thinking about buying just some food color, maybe a red food color to matches the machine, and something that doesn't have any contaminants or minerals or anything. Add it to the water, and that way it stands out even more when it's running through that little window. Second gallon. About halfway up. I think another 2 more gallons should be perfect. Pump is pretty much under the water now. That's 5 gallons. So if you buy one of these, you know 5 gallons would be just right for you. Give myself enough slack on the cord. And let's put the temperature sensor probe in there. It has a little suction cup. I'm going to stick that to the side. Okay. Pull the little tab out. Sanderson, let's see here, we're going to use Fahrenheit. We'll do a reset. Currently the water is at 73.6, so that gives me something to go by whenever I start using the machine. Now time for the lid. Clip, slide this back, plug that hole in case it wants to splash around. Okay, we're good there. We'll unwind this. To the side. Okay, that way we can put it somewhere there. Let's do the moment of truth. Let's run that pump and see if we can see that CO2 laser fill up with water. Get this out of the way. Open the door. And the laser has never, well, I don't know if they tested over there and fill it with water, but as far as here, it has not had any water. And let's do this at where we can see the window. My little accessory window pump viewer. Okay, here we go. We're going to pump up, or actually plug it in. 3, 2, 1, plug. And we got a stream. And we're leaking. Okay. So that wasn't good. But you get the idea of what I'm trying to do. And for now, I'm just going to go straight to the CO2, because that didn't work. So this water line, I'm going to take it straight into in there. Let's plug it in again. Let's see. And we'll fill up the CO2 laser with water. Water's going up. And it's circulating. And water's coming down. Bubbles going out, and it appears to be full now. Yep. We got water coming in from the left. All bubbles are gone, and I'm sure it's shooting right back into the. Yep, it's shooting right back in. Unfortunately, this other item didn't work. I got leaks all over the place, but we'll get it fixed up. But you get the idea of what I'm trying to do. Okay, that's good for there. We'll do the next step now. Okay. Close the window. What I'm going to do next is going to be the temperature sensor. Okay, so the cable goes there, about as much as I got. I'll bring it up a little bit, and I'm going to put it right about there and make sure this is not going to hit, which it will. Looks like I'm set for right there. Okay, I've got some super heavy duty double adhesive tape. Cut a couple of strips, 1 and 2. Okay. Peel off the back side. Boy. There we go. Okay, now we were roughly about right there. Make sure we're squared off. It looks good. Press down, and we'll get a small little strip for the back of the thermostat. Top, and pull off the tape. Well, there we go. Okay. There we go. And we got current water temperature status. All right, next item and last item I believe is going to be the air pump. let's turn this back around. Got to go kind of slow. Close this up, and I can unplug the water pump. Take it easy. Okay, so you can see what's going on. This will go right next to the water tank. This will plug in over here. And we have just enough hose to get to it. There to there. And let's see what we got here on this side. There we go. So now I will plug this where it belongs, which is air pump. Okay, then the water. Will go into the water pump. And I'm going to tie these up, get them out of the way, tie wrap them up, make them look good. But that's basically it for this video. There's one other item that I want to show you that I'm going to do, and I'll show you from the other side. But if you're in a tight situation and you really can't see over here on the side, what I bought was kind of like a USB extender. So there is where the connectors are at. You got the Ethernet, USB like a printer port, and then the I think they call it the U drive, U disc. Well, instead of doing what I'm doing now, what I did is bought a USB extender. So I'm going to plug that in there, make this look nice, but then I will just some of my double adhesive heavy duty tape, and I can just plug my USB disc right there, and it'll be a lot easier than having to look over there every time. So other than that, that's it for this video. Hope you enjoyed, and hopefully you find something useful. And I will be getting that other item corrected where the leaking's all over the place so I can see the water flow. Y'all have a good one.